How do you like your day 7 served? With top pros making the run of a lifetime?
All in. I'm happy you didn't snap with a flush.
Can't wait to see that hand.
With amateurs living the dream we all dare to dream?
Oh my God.
With everything at stake?
Keep it up.
The World Series of Poker main event, day 7. Hand 1 to the final table. Delivered right now. A critical day in discovering our new world champion is upon us. Welcome to day 7 of the main event. Just 36 players remain from the more than 6,600 who paid $10,000 each to test their skills and try their luck. I'm Lon McCarron with Norman Chad and Jamie Kerstetter. The tension is very thick in the Amazon room today. We have 3 feature tables and just 1 outer table. 36 players remaining. The current payout approaching $200,000. Of course, $8 million to the winner. It has been a very fun, interesting, and dynamic main event up to this point as the players are unbagging their chips. You see the layout right now. A lot of action late last night on day 6 got us to the leaderboard that we enjoy today. Big names still in the house. Karai Aldemir, you see on the left. Chance Kornuth looking for his first main event bracelet. He's got 3 World Series bracelets, his 3rd one earlier this year. And then we've got Lococo. We've got Papo MC, the Argentinian rapper. On the left right there you see, and then the day 4 leader, Kalilis. And there is our overall leader right now, Henry Park, with almost 30 million chips. He is the one to beat, but a lot of players with big stacks. We take a look at the Caesars Sportsbook leaderboard right now. DK Demosthenes Kyriopoulos in 2nd place. Chase Bianchi, likable player in 4th place, has a bracelet to his name. Top 10 rounded out by David Cabrera with $14.5 million. Norman, a huge day for everyone remaining.
Yeah, and it is a celebration of the 30-somethings we mentioned before. The 20-somethings not so much in here. More than half of this remaining field between 30 and 39 years of age.
Jamie, the players are going to be bouncing around. Our cameras are going to be bouncing around. There's a lot for these remaining 36 players to handle today.
Oh, yeah, and this is the biggest day of their lives for most of them. Playing down to a final table where 9th is guaranteed $1 million.
You see the chip stacks up top. That is the stack they open the hand with. And then the numbers below their picture by their cards for the active stack after they put chips in the middle. BB raised all in with over $4.2 million, and the pocket pair goes into the muck. So tension to get it in on the first day. That's tough on the first hand of this day.
Yeah, and he makes a really large shove with a pretty nutted hand, just trying to get through, stay in the tournament, pick up some of the blinds.
There are several short stacks out there, lots of big stacks. At this table, Chance Kornuth with the best stack, 11th place. The rest of the players at this table are 19th through 33rd place, and they're going to want to build a stack.
Wow.
And here is Superman, Jonathan Dweck from Canada, all in, or making a call with ace-queen against ace-king.
For most of his stack as well, he's going to be left with 5 big blinds.
As
Man,
mentioned.
and BB shoves all in for quite a lot. You wouldn't expect him to have a hand as good as ace-king suited. You might think he has a dominated ace instead, like ace-jack or some small pairs, but this is still, this call is...
Yep, as I call him Superman Dweck. He dressed up as Superman several years ago in the main event and ran deep. Had to wear that costume a lot. So the ace-king at risk.
Oof.
All diamonds, the ace of diamond for Dweck, and BB hates that.
I'm surprised he made this call too. It's just there's ICM pressure, and he's going to be left with 5 big blinds if he cannot catch a diamond here.
An ace for both. BB from Austin, Texas, looking to hang around.
Oh, red, but not a diamond.
He faded everything, and BB now up to over $9 million. And as Jamie mentioned, a huge portion of Dweck's stack as he's down to 1.3.
We'll see it in 30 minutes, but I would have beat you.
PB, the second oldest remaining main event contestant. Jewett cut down to about 6 bigs.
Really?
Pretty consequential right off the bat.
Indeed, it was, Norman, as BB feeling a little bit better as we open up today's action. The blinds 120,000, 240,000 on the Cuervo payouts overview, brought to you by Jose Cuervo. There are no strings. You see the pay jump when you get down to 27. That's 3 tables. We're playing with 4 full tables right now.
Yeah, you see these payments now, and you mentioned the other day about Bernard Lee talking about when it gets to be funny money. Some of these payments right now are you can buy a house in certain parts of Colorado, then you make a couple of pay jumps, you can move into the Chicago area, and then you make your way to the big 3.
LA, San Francisco, New York, here we come. All right. So our secondary feature table just next door, filled with a lot of good stacks. Good players as well. Sitting here is our chip leader in seat number 5, Henry Park. Nasu Amarapu. Been fun to watch. There's Park right there, Jack 10. And next to him, we think, is Mitchell Halverson, and our cameramen aren't enjoying this pattern they're seeing.
I feel like if I stare long enough at it, I'll see a boat or something. You know, there's something in there.
There's something in there for Park, who flops top pair. Halverson, the original raiser. With no diamonds and just the king to hang his Raiders hat on.
Yeah, and a bit of a loose open, especially into the chip leader's big blind. Under the gun, king 8 suited. Probably let that one hit the muck, and Park has outflopped him.
And Norman Halverson, pretty gutsy to wear the Raider hat today.
I think it's pretty gutsy to wear a Raiders hat virtually any time since Al Davis passed.
Kansas City really cleaned up on the Raiders last night here in town. So an 8 for Halverson, and Park checks it over to him.
I respect that Halverson's not a fair weather fan. Staying strong.
Absolutely, and I respect that.
The worst hat I've ever seen, though. How many of those types of hats does he have? Does he have one that matches every jacket? Because in his picture, he was wearing a Titleist one yesterday.
He did have the floppy golf hat on, yeah. Seen a couple of guys doing that. Check. Jack is good for the chip leader, who gets a little bit richer. This will put Park over 30 million.
Can I take your ID?
Henry Park lives in the U.S. via South Korea. And this is going to help out a lot. Whatever he walks out of here with, baby, coming in December, he's going to need that bank account nice and rich. A latecomer.
Oh, man. How rich do you have to be late to day 7 of the main event?
East is tired from all the hands he played yesterday. He's on his way.
Yeah, from Great Britain, crypto investor. Maybe he's just checking the climb, the high
crypto investor.
stairway.
That answers how rich you got to be late to day 7.
Exactly. See on Henry Park's Global Poker Index, the Hendon Bio board, 38 years old. He did serve in the Marine Corps, and we celebrated Veterans Day last week here at the World Series and celebrated him as well. And so good to have Henry Park up top right now.
With 36 left in this event, 15 from outside the U.S., including 4 from Great Britain, which includes the absent Mr. East.
And it's not an abnormal starting time. It's a little later than normal, actually. So.
There's traffic. I feel like Vegas is almost always under construction somewhere. You can get caught up in it.
Well, the official city bird, you know what that is, the crane.
The crane.
Yeah.
But don't shh.
For chip leader Kalilis. with ace-10 of diamonds as the action. Jack Oliver, one of the favorites at this table, gave us a quote we'll never forget. You being a naughty boy.
I'm sorry.
Are you sure? Did he not say naughty man? He said naughty boy?
That's a call.
I know
He
you
said
all.
naughty boy
Okay.
yesterday,
All right.
too.
I thought.
So,
Okay, so it's
yeah.
probably naughty boy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Does that change it a lot for you, Norm?
No, I just it's going to be a famous, you know, Churchill-like quote. We want to have the right man or boy there.
Hasu Amarapu.
Unless this is his favorite hand, yeah, it's going to hit the muck. Are we really not going to torture East by looking at his cards? I would love to just put his cards over
Just
the
sweat him
reader
for
every
everybody?
time and be like, listen, you should have gotten it 5 minutes earlier. You had aces 3 times. Why aren't we mean?
Well, maybe save it for after the hand's over, too. You can't do it before the hand.
Put it on the reader.
Yeah, exactly. King 10 against ace 10 and a 10 right there in the window.
I'm still a half-empty type of guy. I believe any hand you miss might be one that would have busted you rather than one that improved you. So it's okay that you missed it.
Well, the way you play, you're probably better off missing some hands.
Okay, she gets one online bracelet event cash last night, and now she's rolling.
I made tens of dollars, okay?
Where did you finish?
I don't know. I made like 1,200 or something.
500.
Tens of dollars. With a better 10, Elias, that's a $500,000. Oliver likes his 10 as well.
And Oliver, a little bit of a loose open with the King 10-0 under the gun. It's getting rewarded, though, by out-turning Kalilis.
Oliver starting the day in 27th spot out of 36. Kalilis in 7th.
Check.
Each player with just enough of it.
Hello.
Especially on that kind of
Yeah.
river where you wanted to show down. Perhaps a little bit of a blocker bet from Oliver. Not really wanting to call a huge bet.
Can someone ask for
Bet
a waitress?
900K or so.
Yeah, thank you.
Oliver needs to build a stack, but he's got to be careful against the much bigger stack, that paired board. Is he just happy to take the pot the way it is? Yes, so far.
And
No,
Kalias,
Kalias, yeah.
probably happy to show down his nut 10. Yep.
Check. Good pair.
There you go. Jack Oliver will take that pot. Nice start to his day. Battle of the tens didn't get ugly. That is Rooney Griffith versus Josh Remedio. Griffith looking to crack the kings, and he does.
I gotta see what that shirt says. Work hard, love hard. That's cute.
Love harder.
Love harder. That's cute. He's kind of incognito today without the colorful, weird jackets he's had the last 2 days.
Yeah, he keeps stepping down his game.
So a river flush for Rooney Griffith. He was the short stack in the room and goes through one of the big stacks. And there is Oppo MC on the GPI THM bio board. 26-year-old Argentinian rapper. A lot of followers, a lot of people love him. He's fun to listen to. Out on the floor still, Jeff Platt, who spoke with Lococo before play began.
Oppo MC, how does it feel to still be in on day 7 of the World Series of Poker main event?
Okay, first, sorry about my English.
It's
not
okay,
good.
you're totally fine.
It's amazing for me. I'm very happy to be here. I know that it's very difficult to be here. A lot of people play the main event. And I know that maybe this is the unique time in my life. So enjoying.
Thank you so much for the time. Best of luck
Thank you
today,
so
all
much.
right? Thank you.
So much.
You know, you remember Will Kassouf with speech play. If you want real speech play in Spanish or in English, you go to Alejandro Lococo. I mean, he's a rap battler. If you're in the battle rap field,
that's awesome.
You can talk with anybody in the world.
There's a great video out there on YouTube as well with him doing a free-form freestyle rap as Phil Hellmuth holds up the rap music, and in the middle of the table they pan over, and Mike Sexton is there bebopping to the rap the Lococo's doing at the table.
Got an all-in confrontation. King Jack off versus Dweck's sixes. Dweck was left with about 4 or 5 big blinds.
Sixes. Short stack has sixes, King Jack.
So Dweck looking to stick around, handed off most of his chips just a moment ago to BB.
They knew you guys were
gonna
go ham.
Yeah.
Jonathan Dweck, the Canadian, looking to hold. Doesn't want to see any paint. There was a jack in
I
there.
want to say that. I don't know if it's still muted. Well, I want to wait till the thing comes out.
Pridvor from
This is about to be
Ukraine,
for Krem.
A little closer than that.
trying to score the knockout and build a stack himself.
All right, good game, man. Good game. Good game.
He's out.
And
Yeah.
Dennis Pridvor with the knockout of Jonathan Dweck. One final pick as his main event comes to an end yet again.
All right.
You got 38th
Good run, dude.
in
Good
2017, and now 36th
Pretty
in
strong, huh?
2021.
Very nice showings. Glad he could come back across the border, even without the Superman outfit, as Pridvor stacks the last of Jonathan Dweck's chips. Got to get it in with a pocket pair and just hope. Not this time. Great run again, Jonathan.
We do the slow-mo of people's hearts breaking. Aw.
Pridvor back in action at our main feature table. Up to
I've
almost
been
5 million.
surprised at how unafraid people have been. Doesn't feel good to have 12 bigs and jam the King Jack off at this 7th day of the main event, but he did it. He ends up scooping another 5 or 6 bigs.
It's kind of felt that way. The action overall, you know, has moved pretty rapidly. Folks just taking their shot with a hand that they think is right.
It is it is partly because of the payout structure, with it being so top heavy. Top 2 places just have the lion's share, and so worrying about smaller pay jumps along the way, even though the dollar value is high, doesn't really make much sense if you're trying to maximize your earning in this tournament.
See one of the short stacks from Croatia, Matija Dobric, Jack 10 of spades. And he says all in.
No one's afraid. This is crazy.
And now Robert Mitchell with pocket 8s. Madison, Wisconsin.
8's not looking so good anymore when it goes big stack raises and 11 big blind stack shoves. It's got something to think about, but I would not feel great about 8's here.
Mitchell, one of 4 World Series of Poker bracelet winners left in the field.
If you do end up making this call on your 40 big blind or so stack, you have to worry about what Wu's going to do when it gets back to him. You might have your 2.7 million just trapped in the middle and have to fold your 8, so he makes a wise lay down.
Schulte with 6s. Now back to the original raiser, Jung Woo.
And I assume he's going to make this lay down. You're just never in great shape with low pocket pairs like this. Unless Dobric is sometimes jamming ace-2 suited, you're just really never ahead.
5.
He makes the lay down.
There you go. Dobrich gets it through. He was very active in the field. His rail was very active with him. And he's been fun to watch, as we say, wearing his heart on his sleeve. Well, we just saw Jonathan Dweck hit the rail. Waiting for him is our own Jeff Platt.
It is tough in the moment, but that is 2 really deep runs in the main event. How proud are you of what you've been able to accomplish here?
To be honest, I really wanted to go further this time. I think overall I'm pretty happy with the way I played in general. I think on day 6, I could have played a little bit better, but I'm just an amateur player. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to go further on the main event.
How much better are you at poker now after 2 deep runs in the main?
I think I'm always working on my game and studying and trying to learn, and just trying to play the best I can.
Are we going to see you every single year?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I love the main event. I think it's a special tournament. It's the one I look forward to every year. I love the main event. I think it's one of the best tournament there is.
Great seeing you this year. Thanks so much for the time. Appreciate it.
3.895 if you're trying to count.
Yeah, Dweck by trade is an investment analyst, and the investments he's been making here at this main event.
Hey, I'm just here to help.
Pretty good ROI so far, and he can pay for a lot more 10K buy-ins.
Indeed.
Raise to 500,000.
So Dobrich back in action. Raised to $500,000. Mitchell now folds 9s.
Put your chips beside your cards.
So I can't really ask how many.
Chance Corneth with a stack. 11th place to start the day. 3 bracelets. One of them won this year.
They're the only multiple bracelet winner left here at the main event.
From the big blind. Gets in for half price. Ace-10 still good for Dobrich. Chance bringing the Star Wars Emperor look back to the main event.
Chance, Sith Lord, Corneth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of the very few boards where leading out is good from the big blind. Just there's so many things Dobrich can have that just completely whiff this board. And with his stack being short, it's really hard for him to just peel, even if he feels like he's ahead right now. Chance is just so annoying to play against.
Chance's MO is apply pressure, apply pressure, apply pressure.
The Croatians behind Dobrich, watching his every move.
And the times that Dobrich does have an overpair, Chance loses 435K. It's fine, So he's taking the stab, trying to win the dead money that's already in the middle. And when he hears back from Dobrich, he can just be done with the hand.
I don't think he's going to hear back from Dobrich.
Nice play by Chance Corneth. And he's done that hundreds and hundreds of times, and he will collect the chips. Well done, sir. And Dobrich wondering if. For those of you watching on YouTube, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more great poker content. For access to more than 2,500 poker videos, including high-stakes poker and poker after dark, sign up for PokerGo.com. Use the promo Day7 for $20 off an annual plan. 10s are in the house today, Jamie. Wherever they're paired up or not. Kulias with pocket 10s on an 8-high board against the ace-queen of clubs of the banking executive, Mr. Holmes.
I did speak to George yesterday, and he says that banking executive is somewhat inaccurate. He's more into payments, like the PayPal stuff.
Okay, so banking operation, not a brick and mortar type thing. Okay. Well, Kulias went to the bank of George Holmes and got a few chips. Mr. East is back. Jewett East, Great Britain, starting with 13.1 million, maybe a little less now.
Perfect. Okay.
Sol for Y. Tournament summary, 66.50, ponied up. Henry Park moves from 27th on day 6 to the top of the heap yesterday. And our final table begins live here on PokerGO tomorrow.
I'll give it more.
It'll be a 2-day event, the final table.
I just want East to roll in with like a grande frappuccino, just chilling. It's like a breakfast sandwich. And he's like, hey guys, like how boss would that play be?
Right.
Like, whatever, just missed a few hands.
East will take a moment to stack all of his chips. It's fun to see the chips.
Yeah, I play with a guy who often when his seat is open and he's unracking his chips, will put bets in before he's seated yet to let you know he's action. He sometimes will do it blind on the first street. You never want to play with a guy like that.
It is not easy. Uğur Seçilmiş from Turkey. The pocket 5 has made the original raise. And now Jack with a couple of 10s.
This has bothered me for a few days. I think he looks like an older, wiser. Remember Timoshenko?
Oh yeah.
He was here. We saw him this year.
Okay. So
jovial gent online.
yeah. So I just think Jack actually has a Yevgeny look to him.
Yeah.
We'll take another look, and maybe I'm wrong.
Yevgeny still living up in the Seattle area.
That's where all the gangsta dealers are.
That's right. Well, so a 3-bet now back at you, Seçilmiş from Istanbul, Turkey.
And really, you'd love to go set mining with 5s on day 7, but Oliver's a little too short.
Seçilmiş starting with the top 10 stack today. Uses one of the oversized yellow chips worth 1 million.
So show me a 5.
What's up?
Not quite a 5, and actually a board you could stand to lose a few more chips with if you have pocket 5s. Putting your opponent on ace-king, which is what I like to do when I want to lose more chips.
Tips from the pros.
Wow, a check behind. 10s are very vulnerable. I wonder if he thinks he's being trapped right now by Seçilmiş. He's got a great turn card, though, pocket 10s. Fives could see an opportunity here to just try to end the hand. Get overcards to fold and protect your... He could think he's protecting his 5s. We see that he's crushed.
$37-year-old putting chips together now on that 8 of spades turn card. 800,000.
Very small bet. It kind of looks like what you expect on the river, a little block size bet, but on the turn it's a little bit odd. Could freeze up Oliver. Could be Seçilmiş's way of pot controlling.
Oliver with a best hand. Makes the call. Builds a pot to 5 million.
Seçilmiş now with just the 5s. Yeah, he's going to want to just try to show down, and 10s seem like they'll be happy to.
Oliver just checked the river card in his battle moments ago against Colias.
I think the standard play would be to go for value. I just don't know if Oliver's going to be able to do it. Checking back the flop was kind of weird, but maybe as played, he doesn't feel like he's being trapped by Seçilmiş anymore. Can go for maybe 1.5 million.
Well, we didn't see him C-bet, so I don't think we're going to see him V-bet.
Is that how it works? He's thinking about it, though. Charge a 9, charge 7s, 5s. Probably can't make it super huge if that's what you're trying to target for value. Around 1.5 would be pretty cool.
Lavender's worth 100K each. And that looks like 1.5.
Ooh.
Oh, 3.5?
2.5, I think.
He folds.
2.5.
2.5.
So he
Okay,
goes
I
for
thought he
exactly
grabbed-
half pot.
He just has one yellow chip. Okay. And a quick fold from Chilchomas. And so Jack Oliver getting busy early on here on day 7. Now he is over 10.5 million. Jack Oliver making a little move today, picking up 4 million today.
Worst pair in poker versus second best. Let's go.
In the field, Ronnie Abro versus David Cabrera. Abro with the deuces, Cabrera with the kings.
3 spades.
No, three
King on the floor.
With 3 spades.
No chance on the floor.
Thank you.
Sorry, man. No chances. King on the floor.
I like the confidence.
Abro at risk
Backdoor straight.
with the deuces.
I think king on it.
You're already ahead, man.
No fight. No hearts.
No hearts. Ronnie Abro has one more chance to hit his deuce, and he does not.
Good game, man. Good game, man. Charlie.
I can Hollywood more, but I Hollywood down, right?
Abro out in 35th, 198,550 the payout right now. Very nice.
Payouts the other way. Other way. Okay, there you go.
Ah, he's going to coffee first. Shouldn't be a long payout line.
No, but you don't know how long it's still going to be there. They might start, just knocking this thing down in the next hour.
No matter how short you come into a day 7, you get knocked out anytime in the main event. And it is tough to take. You start immediately thinking, I imagine, of everything you could have done to move up a little more.
Well, you heard the disappointment in Jonathan Dweck's voice with his 35th place finish.
.34 players remaining now.
The only good part about busting the main, it's like license to just have a totally degen day. You don't feel bad about anything you do.
No, but I think you have that unofficial license just about every day of the week.
The life of a poker pro.
Schulte and Corneth at this table sitting next to each other, born 3 days apart in 1986.
Really?
And before each of their first birthdays, both thought that they would see each other on this day, day 7, here for the main event championship.
They were like across the maternity ward, like pointing at each other and going, yeah.
Yeah, the maternities weren't
Something like
that
that.
close, but yeah, they were pointing across different lands, I believe.
Yeah.
500,000.
Pridvor has it folded to him on the button, so no matter what, ATC 500,000. Dobrich still thinking about that fold.
You
Corner.
talk a big game, but I don't see you raising any 2 cards on the button, Lon.
Absolutely not, because I never have enough. Told you. I'm shy just a bit on the 3-bet, so I can't be.
Yeah, but they respect your raises. I mean, you're like you're action Lon McCarron, like action Dan Harrington. You have that reputation.
When a rock moves, you get out of the way, baby.
Babe.
Yesterday we started with 96 players down to 36. Of course, have we seen Henry Park, the chip leader, Aldemir, Corneth, here, lost Petrangelo. Lost a lot of players yesterday. And you see chances starting stack day by day. Every day better than the previous. And now we've got a raise. Stephen Gerber, all in for $3 million. Did he think they were pocket 4s or pocket aces? I'm not sure, but it's ace 4
It's
suited.
only 12 big blinds. It's just, man, you decide what your shoving range is going to be, and then somehow you always get dealt the exact bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then take some guts to actually still jam it in.
Good for him.
It's going to work.
Gerber.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the oldest player left in the field at age 61.
New York City. live earnings in the 160,000 range. So
Doubling that today.
just not a newbie. PokerGo, pleased to bring you this free 1-hour preview of the World Series of Poker coverage, but that doesn't mean you need to miss out when it ends, especially when you can watch every hand of the WSOP main event final table. Sign up now at PokerGo.com. Use the promo code DAY7, and you save how much, Norman?
$20 maybe?
Exactly, off the annual plan. Our main feature table, table A, we'll call it. Suited now for Preetbor. Came in as one of the shorter stacks. Ukrainian Poker Pro. And step aside. Can Dobrich muscle up? It's been folded to me. Button raised. No. Good for him. As we see bracelet winner Robert Mitchell with ace-king of clubs.
Let's go. We're going to go for the limp. A lot of the time, the big blind will ISO to 3.5 to 4x. But we see Gerber, wow. And Mitchell just traps Gerber into this move.
Okay, I've got outs.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
He's got king 10, I got ace king.
Oh, that's good.
Very nice play by Mitchell. Recognizing there's a short stack in the big blind, is going to be shoving pretty often.
Oh boy. Yeah, Gerber going to need some of the 10s that have been falling at all the tables today to help him out. Ace and the king 10 at risk and no help. New York City. Part-time poker player. No love. One card to come.
Or ice, Graham.
Close.
Yeah, indeed. And that'll do it. Another knockout here early in day 7. Steven Gerber out.
Good game, man.
Easy game. Good luck.
Thank you.
Did nothing wrong. That's a really good jam with his king 10 off. He was just getting trapped that time. Most of the time, he's just going to unceremoniously take down that pot, be in better shape.
Nice,
Mitchell with the knockout.
Not good with 7?
Approaching 14 million chips right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Oh, wow. Got some springs back there.
That's a nice vertical leap from the rail.
As Nick mentioned last night on the broadcast, when somebody did that on the rail, he says that is some serious
Financial
ACL action. There's got to be some financial prodding going on to jump that high.
And I think in the background there, we see Frank Stapuchin. Frank the Tank. Won a couple WPTs, I believe. Always has a chicken wing on a fork for some reason. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think there's some fake chicken wings and stuff like that that have had to come into play because you can't keep the same chicken wing.
It would be really gross.
Right.
It would be kind of smelly.
Gross. Oh, now the hand has been handed over to Wu, Jung Wu. And his raise, 500K, seems to be the standard right now.
3 deuce off. I'll never not think about that man Rigby.
Yeah, that will stay with us for a long, 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 long time.
Players going to 4. Yes.
So Robert Mitchell, as mentioned, bracelet winner, winning pots, coming back to the game of poker. He told us a little while ago what it all means to him.
I mean, yeah, I was just, obviously with COVID and stuff, I just was looking forward to start playing again, just playing live poker. This is what I do, and I just enjoy the game so much. And the WSOP is like, it's our World Series of Poker, so we're here to compete, and I love, the competition. And as in for the main event, this is what everybody, all poker pros play for. So I'm excited to go deep again, and I just hope that I can just make the final table.
Yeah, he won his bracelet in 2019 in a no-limit deep stack here at the World Series. And then Jamie will like the fact that he posted a picture on Twitter with his dog wearing the bracelet around the dog's neck.
That's awesome. Crouton got to wear the main event bracelet once. Scott Blumstein brought it home before putting it in a safe deposit box. And, yeah, Crouton got to wear it on his wrist.
Cool.
He was thrilled.
You could tell Crutron was thrilled by that jewelry.
He was thrilled, yeah. Okay. He likes the bling.
Keep it here. Corner. Raise and take. Going about his business. A couple 100,000 chips at a time. Chance Corner.
Will do. Yep.
Originally from Denver, now lives in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he was looking for a home in someplace he'd lived in before. He looked in Washington, D.C. He looked in Las Vegas. He didn't go back to Washington, D.C. when he saw the difference in the prices. He says, we can get a whole lot more bang for a buck here.
It's so hard to leave here. There's just so many cool people who live out here, too, but the prices are good, the weather's good. He built a beautiful house.
The way, you know, housing is, it's tough to move anywhere right now.
Yeah.
Or buy anywhere for the first time, let alone that.
That's why I live at the Rio.
Good idea. Dobrich. The hand to think about.
Players all there.
A lot of thought.
It's 11 big blinds. Happy to see the suited ace.
Many hands in the blinds. Yes.
Oh,
Schulte
no.
with ace, queen of hearts.
With a similar stack as well. He'll be calling all in for his tournament life. This is just too much hand to fold. And he does
There you go.
call all in.
As mentioned, Chance had the biggest stack here.
Baby.
A bunch of shorter ones here. And now with tens, the hand of the day early.
Oh, this is going in as well. Chance with the double knockout attempt.
Wow, look at this. Aces being shared by Schulte and Dobrich. Pocket tens for the most accomplished player at the table.
Dobrich happy to make this jam, but man, is he in bad shape now. Gonna need a bunch of spades.
Craziness happened here at the featured table. Schulte and Dobrich both at risk.
Wow, guys.
And a long shot. Dobrich in the worst shape. Chance with a smile on his face. Dobrich and Schulte bring $5 million to this pot.
And we're getting to the point in the tournament where if you're at the table and you watch a double knockout, that's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
These pay jumps are looming large.
And the bounties alone on two players. No bounties, folks.
Whoa.
And a 10 in the kitchen for Chance Cornu.
Look at the spades, though, and the gutter ball and the backdoor hearts. What a flop.
Dobrich gets a little bit more equity with the two spades in the flop.
And Schulte just needing hearts or a jack.
Everybody's got a chance.
Oh, baby.
We need to slow this down. We need to slow this down. They have so many opportunities, these two guys.
Each all-in player with a flush draw. Chance with a set.
Unreal.
One card to come. Schulte and Dobrich on the hook. And it's the 6 of diamonds. Oh, in the air, out of the balloon. A double knockout for Chance Cornu at the featured table.
That's
unreal. That's an unreal run out.
And that's a rubber make Schulte, bro.
Fewer chips here.
From now on, we're calling him Dominic the Mechanic. Because that was a setup. That flop was
the
crazy.
setup hand. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Talking about the dealer.
Oh, my goodness.
More chips.
Chance? What? You like that river, Chance?
I did.
We've lost 3 players off this table. There'll be some shifting.
Well, officially, Schulte finishes 33rd. Dobrich finishes 32nd, but they have the same payout and the same disappointed expression with that river.
But they were in it until the end. That was the most fun part. Rare to see double knockouts, but.
And Chance takes out a guy wearing a chip leader coaching patch. That is brutal.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So Chance Cornu now over 18 million in his stack.
Sir, is your name Nicholas? Yep, that's Nicholas in the 3 seat. He's going to 3. And we're waiting for one more player who's going to go to 4.
All right, so they're going to need some new blood there at the feature table. 31 players remaining. The payouts still the same until we get down to 3 tables. Over 2. Table B. Coleus opening the action with pocket 9s. And the latecomer with ace queen off.
And we saw yesterday East definitely one of more deliberate players remaining here.
Case could be made for 3-betting or flatting a hand like this. I think a flat can be better when you're facing in under the gun raiser and you're both fairly deep. When you 3-bet, you could fold out hands like ace-jack, ace-10 that you want to keep in their range. And now your ace-queen's a little bit under-repped.
Small blind.
Call.
Out, and the big blind Oliver going to stick around for a price.
Suited.
1 club, 2 clubs with a jack. Bonus. And Oliver jumps into the lead against the pocket 9s and ace queen. Big blind special.
It's an extra nice board for his hand facing 9s because 9s feels a need to protect against future overcards, so he's going to stick out a bet.
And they do that. Coleus, 510K. East sees 1 heart out there.
Just not much happening for East. He's not even sure his outs are clean at this point. And he could be up against an ace-jack. He's got Oliver behind. This board could be pretty good for a big blind as we see it is.
I do like the name Jareth, though. It's like Jared with an upgrade, you know? Jareth.
Thanks for weighing in, Lon.
Nothing against the Jareds out there. A lot of good Jareds out there, but, you know, Brits have their way.
And Oliver just has this board on lock. You're going to want to just make a call. You're not really afraid of much. You got top pair, backdoor, not backdoor, front door clubs.
Heads up.
We saw the 10 in the kitchen, and now he's got front door clubs. I like it. Ah.
Oh, that's gross.
Hello.
Where'd that come from?
So much for the lock.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many cards bad for him, but we found one of them.
So, Elias now running good. Set of 9s on the turn. Oliver checks to him once again.
I think you're going to put out a pretty healthy size bet. Maybe close to 2 million. You want to charge draw as the maximum. A jack is probably going to be unlikely to fold.
If he only knew. He would charge COVID
Ooh,
prices.
even more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's a supply chain problem for Oliver right now. He's going to have to pay a little more.
Almost full pot. This is a really sick spot. You go from having the board to unlock to now feeling like, okay, I think I'm going to have to hit my flush in order to win this hand.
He's going to call. 6 lavender, 2 yellows, 2.6 million. River card. Oh, it's red.
Check.
Oliver gets the message. Checks a 3rd time, but this time felt more give-up-y.
Interested to see what sizing Coleus comes with. Oliver only having about a pot size bet in his stack. If you're Coleus, you have to start thinking that Oliver's hand can't be that strong because a set of 5s, a set of 3s would have just gotten it in on the turn, would have check jammed. So I think you have to start targeting some weaker hands like
Pyramids all in.
Oof.
Big target. So now he's made it look a little fishy.
You have 2 clubs in your hand. It's really hard to say, okay, I think Cleus has a busted flush draw.
Top pair for Oliver.
He's got the 6 in his hand blocking the nuts, but Cleus raised under the gun. He's not going to have much of that. The 6-7s.
Lightning bolt of a 9 on the turn.
You know, Oliver has to be worried about every overpair. He's got a jack, but a set of jacks still possible. I just think he's going to have to make this fold, especially holding 2 clubs.
Oliver's got to put it all in to call this wager.
Frequent blinking is usually a false tell, according to Joe Navarro.
In the desert, it's just necessary.
That's
Your
right.
eyeball
Dry,
fluid.
dry, dry.
You have to kind of compensate for that, don't you?
Oliver sizing up Kalilis, trying to figure out how much of a naughty boy he is.
Yeah. There's no pay jump, as mentioned, until we get down to 3 tables. So he's not stalling for that purpose.
The only thing that Oliver can be is just a stone cold bluff for almost pot on the turn and then pot on the river. So you got to give your opponent a lot of credit to be able to do that on day 7 of the main, to be able to make this call.
The cards do look like they're in pre-fold position. Oh, wow.
Pain. You can put him on some misdraws. You can give him the king, queen of clubs, the queen, 10 of clubs. That could raise early position, I guess. There's just not a lot of natural bluffs you're going to beat. This would just have to be a psychotic kind of triple barrel.
Oliver on his decision for over 3 minutes now, as you see. A little clock next to his cards.
7 minutes. Sorry, guys.
I'm just trying to figure out how much of Chance Corneth Kalias has in him. Because you've talked about what a cold play this would be in a psychotic 3-barrel bluff on day 7 of the main event.
There is something about your opponent hitting a 2-outer on the turn. There's times you just have it, you feel it, that you have the best hand, and then it just changes, and I think he's going to make a good lay down.
All the other players understand the gravity of the moment, but the patience does wear thin at some point.
I have endless patience when I know the person's actually thinking. When there's Hollywooding, I have no patience. But Oliver is in the blender right now. You could just see it on his face.
He's vacillating every 10 seconds. Throwing that yellow chip in for the call and throwing his cards in, and there they go. Good fold finally from Jack Oliver. And Ramon Colias trying to win the main event this year and making a nice surge to do that. He took the big one in 2019 at PCA for $5 million, and he's trying to back it up with an $8 million win here in Las Vegas. So the grind continues here as players are shifting around here and there. Get them as balanced as possible. Well, don't miss a single hand from the World Series of Poker main event final table. The only place you'll be able to watch the final table play is on PokerGo.com. Sign up now for the new annual subscription. Take $20 off when you use the promo Day 7. Jeff's down now with Matt Jewett.
All right, just one table left out here in the field in the Amazon room. Let's take a quick minute with Matt Jewett. Matt, stand up for me, please. Let's walk all the way this way so we don't take away from any of the action. So what was it like for you to walk into this room on Day 7 of the World Series of Poker main event?
It doesn't feel real, man. I have $11.5 million on day 7 of the freaking main event. This is a dream come true. I'm so happy. My whole family's over. My family and friends are railing me, and I couldn't be more blessed. I'm in a great position.
I know your parents came in to surprise you. What does this kind of support system mean to you?
I wouldn't be here without them. That's 100%. Like, I believe that with all of my heart. They have been a huge support my entire life. They have believed in me when I don't even believe in myself, you know, and having that kind of love and support there means everything.
We love to hear that. Best of luck today. Thank you.
It's amazing how quickly it turns around. We've talked about him being a dealer in the Seattle area. And not so long ago, Matt was working at the Red Dragon. One day he was working, he finished his shift. He bought into the game right afterwards, a cash game with the money he had just earned. Before the first orbit was over, he was all in for his money. He went bust, he went home, and then he came back to work the next day. That's the life of a dealer. This is a better life after dealing.
He just seems like a super likable, nice person too. I like seeing on their face the gratitude for being there, just feeling lucky instead of feeling entitled, which I feel like poker players have an issue with sometimes.
So Coleus taken off this table because he won that last spot. So they just have to sit out and
go sit in the corner.
So I assume he's going over to table A where they were 3 players short.
You're rebalancing the tables. I've thrown legendary dinner parties in the Los Angeles area, and I rebalance the tables at my home as people leave before dessert sometimes, and just you got to keep doing it. You get the seat card from the person.
I actually like that idea a lot because there's nothing worse than going to a big dinner with friends and being stuck in the corner with someone you don't want to talk to.
See, so it's revolutionary.
There should be a seat change button at a dinner too.
Or during dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you finish the first course.
Course,
it's like,
yes.
Yeah. You just look on your plate, you know, and. So Oliver watches all the chips that he put in that last spot move away from the table. There's a lot of chips in play, though. 399 million chips in play. Plenty to go around for everyone until Wednesday night, when one player will have them all, along with the World Series of Poker main event bracelet worth $500,000 alone, and of course the $8 million for the new world champion. George Holmes from Atlanta. Coming along in the big blind after Oliver raised it up. All hearts.
Check. Got 300,000.
Check for the razor. Follows up.
George Holmes plays in a weekly game in Atlanta. This is his second consecutive main event in which he has cashed here.
Would you go tell him his Raiders hat is in the way? Would you mind me running out there?
Too much of a floppy hat, especially for the Raiders.
Can't see the flop for the floppy hat.
It just gets better for Holmes with 2 pair.
And Holmes, when he played in 2019, that was his first main event, so he is now 2 for 2.
Nice.
213th then, and now we're talking final.
575,000.
4 tables? Wow.
That's special.
Oliver being asked to lay another one down with just the 8 high heart draw. Even getting this price, I feel like you could probably lay it down.
Not going to lay it down. Done too much laying down on the last two hands.
Might be a little bit of a hangover from
Yeah,
having
exactly.
to fold the last hand.
No heart.
Well, you don't want the hangover to lead to the spins because he is losing a bunch of chips here in these two
He
hands.
really is bleeding. Yeah, you're right, Norman.
And Holmes now, I would expect him to go a little larger. Yeah, 1.2.
1,200,000.
Just trying to charge a decent queen now that you sucked out on a decent queen, but you see that Oliver has absolutely nothing.
All right, well, we'll
Our camera decided we're done with
give
this
it.
hand.
Yeah, he's going to fold, I guess. But, oh, wow. All right. Pre-board with aces. Corneth with ace, queen of hearts. And
That's a good hand.
cards are on their backs.
And this was all in pre-flop. It went, it looks like Dumont.
Oh, my
God.
The nut flush
Can't
for
be real.
Corneth. Oh, goodness gracious.
How is this real?
It just, it was a beautiful thing.
Oh, man.
Chance Corneth just with a double knockout. Now looking for another KO here of Dennis Friedvor. And there you go. It is over. All hearts. Friedvor running out of here.
An absolutely sick beat this deep in the tournament. 14 million chips, worth probably over $1 million in equity. Oh my God.
He had 7 million in his stack, and just like that, it goes over once again to Chance Corneth. 25.8 million for Chance, almost 200,000.
These bloodless, soulless, conscienceless chip leader coaching coach, just taking out people with a shovel.
Yeah, and that went Dumont raised to 500K. Corneth from the small blind, 3-bet all in, 6.88 million. Friedvor called it off, obviously, with aces, just loving life, and then bang.
Wow, that was something else.
So with the double knockout with pocket tens, Chance Corneth avoids 2 flush draws going into the river to score that one. And here he flops the flush to crack aces.
I think you're a big blind a little.
Chance goes, that was lucky.
Almost chip leader now?
Wow,
I don't know, man.
insane.
My head's
Henry
still
Park
spinning.
has 31 million next door. Chance now with almost 26 million.
I don't think he's busting 28.
Chance does have to deal with Ramon Correas here with his almost 24 million.
You know, after most of the Soprano captains whacked somebody, they weren't laughing. They just went to get a steak.
That was special.
We were in shock there. Boom.
So Correas takes the seat of Jonathan Dweck, the 4-hole.
Wasn't cool.
They're just going to keep moving players to this table to the
Just,
slaughter.
Just lay down in front of Chance while we execute you. Move on.
That was sweet.
Raise 650. 650.
Nicholas Dumont
Oh, man.
here too.
You have like 9 to start the hand?
Wow.
I don't really know.
No problem. I'm just going to call anyway.
Of course he is.
Maybe we won't have to figure out how much. We might.
What's up?
King Queen against Ace 5. Corneth with the King Queen. Hello, King. Glenn Beebe coming in with one of the short stacks from Austin, Texas. Cashed in the 2000 main event.
700.
BB's going to make one stab at this and then likely be done.
Call.
Just so hard with Chance on your left with the mountain of chips. With 100 big blinds this deep.
Check.
Just, you're not going to get away with much. You kind of just have to tighten your range a little bit and just have it, which is not a fun way to play poker, but sometimes you just have to do that based on your table draw and your seat draw.
$800.
$25%. But he's looking at his chips, but there's no hope in his hand.
Nice
Lays
hand.
it down.
Can you push your cards in for me, please? Thank you.
Chance Corneth on the express right now. You already
PokerGO, the ultimate destination for everything poker. Tournaments.
On the river, it's a heart!
Cash games.
Oh, she showed it!
Grudge matches.
You look stupid to everybody.
Lifestyle. And content you can't find anywhere else.
Target.
Score!
Watch live or whenever you want. Take a look around. You'll like what you find. Unlock the poker world only on PokerGO.